"Ooh, we're coming in hot, Chichi." That was a stale. My voice is gone.
Dude, I can feel through the pain in your voice. I can feel it. We have Sean Casey came out for you folks. He is standing here on crutches. And dude, just take us through, man. How you feel?
First off, I want to thank Dr. Kremchek because first off, he's the best doctor in the world, really. I'm so grateful for him and Hillary. They gave us their house when we were there. Did the surgery last Thursday. Him and his whole crew, everybody that's helped me out so far out there, and Logan, Natalie, everybody. Yeah, Marie. So many people that are there that helped us. I mean, I can't imagine. Yeah, Peyton. I can't imagine not doing it without Doc Kremchek. So first off, thankful to him. I think my voice is a little raspy because I had a tube down there for a while. You know what I mean? But dude, I remember Junior called me. Junior called me like a couple of days before I went into surgery. I think I said this on the pod, but he was like the first 10 days. He said the first 10 days. Do you see me?
Yeah, I see you.
He said the first 10 days will be hell. And I think he's right, dude. It's like I have such an incision. I have an incision that's like the size of a big seven, in my hammy because Doc had to go in there so they didn't get any of the nerves. So they really ripped they pulled my, there's one picture of like forks in my pulling my skin apart, pulling my butt up to take the hamstring that was ripped off. And you could see him attaching it to my sit bone, which is crazy. So that's why. So I can't sit on my hamstring. So every time I sit, I have to sit on my left side. So you can't sit. And then obviously I'm standing here, so that's not comfortable either. So just none of it's comfortable 24/7. It's not comfortable at all. I got 10 hours. I got 10 hours of sleep last night. I felt like my body was like, just trying to heal itself last night. I slept a long time. So it's, I've had so many people text me, man, it's going to be a tough recovery. So it's going to be tough. I already see it. I see it coming up. Dude, I've had 2 shoulder surgeries. I've had an orbital fracture surgery. I've had knee surgery. I've had foot surgery. I've had every kind of surgery. And, they're all a little different, but this one definitely comes with its, demands. At the end of the day, like I always say, gratitude means finding value no matter what. And there's value here. I'm slowing down a little bit. I'm forced to slow down. You know me, I'm always go. So kind of been forced to slow down a little bit. Sarah's taking care of me at another level. I feel bad. She's mad at me for saying sorry for taking care of me. Because I'm so sorry. Can you get me this? I'm so sorry. She's like, if you say sorry again, I'm not getting it. So she's been a godsend, dude. I don't know what I would do without Sarah. She does everything for me. So, but we're charging, dude, and it's we're not even a week out of surgery. We're 4 days. This is my 4th day out post-op. So definitely a mountain to climb, but we'll get there.
Dude, I'm so sorry for you. Everybody is. Just fans are out there chiming in. You should take one of these days where you can't move and just respond to some of these folks. Everybody's saying such nice things, and you deserve it, dude. And
I will, dude. I
saw the pictures, everybody. Sarah, sick bastard, sent it to Jess, my sick bastard wife, and me and Jess were looking at the pictures the other day. Holy,
pretty nasty, isn't it?
Dude, it's like they were tossing a salad in your leg. And forks. Oh, I digress.
Incredible.
Anyway, all right. Well, Sean's here. His resilience is unbelievable. I can't believe you're standing on crutches. I feel terrible. So we're going to get through this today. Let's talk a little baseball. Maybe that'll get your mind off things real quick.
I love it.
Cal Raleigh, bro. 31 home runs. Joins Ken Griffey Jr. as the only dude before the All-Star break for the Mariners to do it. He's got Johnny Bench compared to Johnny Bench statistically right now. 31 home runs for this kid. He's a catcher.
Yeah, don't forget he's a switch hitter, too.
Yes.
He's a catcher, switch hitter. Dude, I think the one thing about playing in the big leagues, you can't teach experience. I really think Edgar Martinez, Kevin Seitzer, that old school mentality that's over there that talks a lot about process. I think you're going to hear it more and more and more because, the bottom line is your best hitters in the game, they take their walks, their chase rates are down. They get their pitch and they don't miss it. He had a quote that said, hitting's tough up here. When I get my pitch, I can't miss it. I got to be ready to hammer it. And that's what he's doing. He's getting the pitch to hit. And he's hammering. Not only is he hammering, he's hammering it out of the ballpark with damage. So, I think that's such a big thing for all the kids listening out there, for guys that want to be great at this game. If you're, for parents that are listening, like, you got to start understanding the process of an at bat. Start listening to the best players. I sent a little quote to Jake the other day. What Bobby Witt said to Jack Caglianone when he was first up there, kind of scuffling before he hit homers. He didn't say, "Hey, you got to get your hands right. You got to get your leg kick." He said, "Hey, man, let the game come to you." Because when you go to this game and you go to try to get this game, you'll get beat every time. But he said, slow down. Let the game come to you and let your talents take over. That's so when I see Cal Raleigh, the game's coming to him. The game looks slow. It looks slow on the right side, slow on the left side, driving the ball all over the place. He's getting the ball into the pull side in the air more only because he's letting the ball travel. He's making good decisions. You know what I mean? He's not trying to do that. He's getting balls up that he can do that. He's getting pitches that he can do it with. Because at the end of the day, Chinch, big league pitchers want to beat you top rail. They want to beat you top rail, and they want to wipe you out with that, change up down or split down, slider down. So, I kind of go with what Aaron Judge says. Success leaves clues. When you're in a hitter's meeting with the best player in the world and he's saying, I'm trying to push guys up, push them out, I'm listening. My ears are going up, and I'm saying, you know what, Aaron, good enough for Aaron Judge, good enough for Cal Raleigh saying the same thing, good enough for Bobby Witt saying, let the game come to you. And another quote I saw the other day, dude, that I believe relates right into this too, is Paul Skeens and Scooble. They didn't go head-to-head, but they were in the same doubleheader. One went in the morning, one went at night. They asked Paul Skeens what he thought of Scooble. And this is Paul Skeens talking about himself too. He said, you know what? I see a predator out there. I see a predator. A lot of people become prey. He goes, I see a predator. And I look at Skeens, you see a predator. You look at Scooble, you see a predator. Like, he looks at those people in that box and sees, you know what? They're my prey. I think Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge and the best players in the game that are in that box, their mentality of the perspective is, hey, you're about to be my prey. I'm the predator. When you throw a pitch over the 17 by 8 by 12, I'm coming for you. Not only am I coming for you, I'm going to hit the ball at the ballpark. And I just think that mentality, for all the kids out there that are chasing exit velo, that are chasing every hitting coach trying to tell you 85 things that are going on with your swing, hey, you better get really good at locking in on the baseball. You better get really good at intentional focus. You better get really good at self-talk. You better get really good at slowing the game down, letting it come to you. You better get really good at getting that pitch to hit and driving it and not missing it and believing in yourself, because that's what's going to make you great. And I really believe, Chinch, we've gotten away from being great hitters nowadays because everything else is on our minds, but being the predator and competing and getting in that box and winning a one-on-one battle and putting the bat on the ball and the you versus you game. And, that's what I think the best players in the game are doing.
Dude, great stuff. Now, tell me, you can count on a hand and a half. You got your benches, Piazza, Posey, and I'm talking power. Like, even the guys like Pudge and Fist and those guys didn't put up this kind of power numbers. What does it say that he's doing this as a catcher?
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing with the catchers. Hey, catchers don't hit for power because their legs are. But that's why he's nicknamed the Big Dumper, dude. You want to have a big dumper. Griffey could have been the big dumper back in the day too, because having the big butt, that's what you want. And I'm telling you, I'm sure his stability with his legs under him, with having that core strength, I think is really huge for Cal Raleigh. I think that's why he's so strong. That's why he continues to get strong. And you look at the numbers when Bonds hit 73, he had 39 at the break. I mean, Raleigh's got 20 games to go till the break.
Yeah.
He could actually get to 39. It's just, it's really impressive. Not easy to do what he's been doing. I think a big reason is because of the strength of his core.
Right. Dude, great stuff. One guy that did not have very good balance was an umpire in the College World Series last night. How's that for a transition? The other day?
Love it.
Unbelievable situation. I think Coastal Carolina manager in the first inning. College World Series, dude. You were watching. I'm sure you're.
Well, you know what? That's where you got to be better. You got to be better. If you're going to be an umpire, knowing you're doing the College World Series. And I saw, is it Kevin Shaw? I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the head coach of Coastal Carolina say, hey, listen, at the end of the day, when you're an assistant coach, and this is true in the big leagues too, when you're an assistant coach, you have no leeway. If you're yelling, you're gone. But even for a guy like Booney, who gets tossed with the Yankees, he's already said 4 or 5 comments that you're like, ooh, that was dicey. The umpire is supposed to give more leeway to the head coach. So, have a feel. You're in the College World Series. It's the final game, elimination game. It's 1-1. You're against LSU. The stakes are high. Kevin Shaw comes out and he says something about you missed 3 calls already, and then he gets tossed. Like, you got to be better than that, I think, because you can't be tossing the coach of Coastal Carolina in the first inning. Then they tossed, I think the first base coach got tossed too. Everyone just started getting tossed. They end up losing 5-3. It sets a bad tone right away. And on the flip side, if you're the manager of Coastal Carolina, you also have to be able to control your emotions too and not come out so hot where you're given any question. You're given an umpire, maybe he's having a bad day, any reason to toss you in the first inning. So, we all have to take accountability for our actions on ourselves. Do I think it could have been handled better on both sides? Yeah, I think the umpire could have given more leeway, and I think, the head coach of Coastal Carolina could have slowed it down a little bit too and not come out so hot.
Yeah, and you always say, dude, it's all about slowing things down. I mean, that's the biggest game of anybody's lives, and it's the biggest game of the umpire's life in that game, right? I mean,
right. Yep.
You saw it firsthand. How hard is it to get to that championship game?
It's so hard, dude.
It's one of the most difficult sports to run the gamut and win a championship.
I agree. And because baseball is one of the hardest. Anyone can beat anybody any given day. Coastal Carolina had won 26 in a row until LSU beat them and then beat them twice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not easy to do. But, yeah, man, that's a shame. More of a shame for that.
Yeah,
happened.
because we're talking about that, and we're not talking about the rest of the game and those two teams getting there, which it was a magic run too.
When Coastal Carolina, dude, they won a championship in 2016. They won it. So can you imagine if Coastal Carolina won it 2 out of the last 9 years?
Yeah, unbelievable.
It's incredible. Yeah. So good job to both teams, LSU, Coastal Carolina, getting to the College World Series and the final game. It's not easy to do.
Well, not easy is what Sean Casey's doing today for you fans getting out here. I can see the stress in your arms.
I'm starting to struggle right now. Yeah.
Do you have that armpit pain yet from holding the crutches?
Not a little bit. My right one, I'm getting a little chafing, but I'm getting all right. But yeah, man, it's.
So what's the rest of the afternoon go like? Do you sit? You sit sideways? You stand?
I'm going to go sit sideways for a little bit, and then I'm going to stand up and get on crutches for like 15 minutes, and then it just gets tiring. So then I go sit on the side.
Call me later when you.
The one thing I do like to do is go to bed now. At least I can get into bed, put a pillow under my knee, and go to bed.
Good Lord. All right. Well, we're all praying for you. Everybody say your prayers for Sean.
Appreciate everybody out there for the well wishes. You guys are so kind. Thanks for the kind words. I need them all. I believe in the power of prayer. Please keep the prayers coming. And I know this too shall pass, man. Yeah. God gives us nothing we can't handle. And I know that I'm going to be okay at the end of this, man.
Well, you're the most mentally strong dude I know. Yeah. So hopefully it carries you through this a little bit. We're all here for you, man. I love you.
Chichi. Love you, man. Love you too. Tell Jess I said hi. Everybody out there listening, appreciate you. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.